You know, wrestling fans, I have a lot to say. Y'all strap yourselves in. Get yourselves something cold to drink. Get yourselves something cold to drink. Strap yourselves in, wrestling fans, for this Monday Night Raw review. Okay, guys? Look, we are, 12 days away from the Royal Rumble. 12 days away from the Royal Rumble. One of the most exciting pay-per-views on the calendar year. I'm not calling it the premier event, one of the premier events or whatever they're calling it these days. One of the pay-per-views, one of the most exciting pay-per-views of the calendar year. Oh, and by the way, before we get started, I am glad that WWE decided to keep the name Elimination Chamber for February's pay-per-view. Okay, they didn't call it WrestleMania Chamber, Annual Elimination Chamber, or anything of that nature. They call it the Elimination Chamber for February's pay-per-view. I'm glad, wrestling fans, and I'm sure a lot of you out there are as well. But guys, I have a lot to say about this Monday Night Raw. 12 days away from the Royal Rumble. Next week is the go-home show to the Royal Rumble. And wrestling fans, I've already came on here once tonight, right before Monday Night Raw started. Thank you everybody who watched that kind of preview of Raw when I talked about Seth Rollins and Bobby Lashley being booked to main event, going one-on-one. You know, after what we saw tonight, after what we saw tonight, I'm still kind of scratching my head on why in the world they booked that matchup. Outside of trying to pop a rating. Why would you book Seth Rollins versus Bobby Lashley? I mean, you already did your best. Did your best to make Bobby Lashley look strong in that video package when you showed Brock Lesnar and then you showed Bobby Lashley, how he went through the army, and then he did the MMA stuff, and he did the amateur wrestling, and he got the ECW championship, and he got the WWE title, Intercontinental title, United States championship, so on and so forth. You made him look strong in that. You could have had him cut a promo and made him look just really good tonight. You didn't have to go through the trouble and having this type of main event matchup. Rollins versus Bobby Lashley, which wasn't a bad matchup. Don't get me wrong, wrestling fans. I'm not going to just gripe about the performance. I am going to complain about Shelton Benjamin and Cedric Alexander getting absolutely destroyed and buried again. If their writing isn't on the wall for the next cuts, I don't know what else this is showing, to be perfectly honest. 2 weeks in a row, as a matter of fact, every time Bobby Lashley has somebody to beat up, needs somebody to beat up, it's always Cedric Alexander and Shelton Benjamin. So, yeah, I don't see them sticking around much longer if they have any more cuts. Also, Seth Rollins, look, they had to protect him. They had to keep making him look strong. Couldn't have him lose. Had him look pretty good in that promo with Kevin Owens. And, of course, in the matchup, look, he always does a tremendous job. But I kind of liked the thing that the Usos did at the end. But that could have been saved for SmackDown. That could have been saved for SmackDown. Considering that is the Roman show. The Isle of Relevancy. Right? That could have been saved for SmackDown. I don't know. Y'all let me know what you're thinking in the comments below. Hey, everybody, let me know what you thought about Monday Night Raw tonight. Everything about it. The main event, how they used Seth Rollins and Bobby Lashley. Do you think they should have had this matchup? Do you think Doudrop should be taking on big-time Becky Lynch at the Royal Rumble? Do you think, and I hate saying it, but do you think Vince McMahon is making fun of Doudrop's weight? And because I sure do think he is. Because all she has to do now is yell, "Bonsai!" And she would be the female version of Yokozuna every time she gets on the middle rope and squashes whoever is underneath when she comes down. I hate saying that, wrestling fans, but look, she's doing Yokozuna's finishing move each and every week over the last couple weeks. I don't know if anybody else has picked up on that or has talked about that online or on Twitter or Facebook. But look, Doudrop has been doing that over the last couple of weeks. As a matter of fact, Liv Morgan has been a victim of the finish of that move, and Becky Lynch has been a victim of the bonsai drop by Doudrop. Okay, so y'all let me know what you're thinking about that in the comments below. But wrestling fans, Doudrop versus Becky Lynch at the Royal Rumble, and that opening tag team matchup where we saw Liv Morgan and Bianca Belair lose to Doudrop and Becky Lynch, in which Doudrop, they very easily just disposed of all three of them. And then they went to the next segment. I don't know. I'm really not looking forward to the Royal Rumble matchup between Doudrop and Becky Lynch. I can assure you of that. Because when they mentioned that this was just another stepping stone for Becky Lynch past the Royal Rumble, most assured that's all this is. Doudrop is not winning the Raw Women's Championship at the Royal Rumble. She's not. This is WWE just trying to get by the Royal Rumble for Becky Lynch. It's going to be a boring matchup, most assured. But wrestling fans, I really didn't care about the opening segment whatsoever. One thing I did notice, guys, and it did tie into the Kevin Owens show, and that was Kevin Owens took on Damian Priest, wrestling fans, and Damian Priest picked up an L tonight against Kevin Owens. Finally, and I'm a huge Damian Priest fan, wrestling fans. Anybody that has been watching me for any length of time at all knows that when I talk about Damian Priest, it's positive. I rarely say anything that's negative about Damian Priest. outside of WWE kind of stretching this demon type thing when he hulks up and everything. I really think that Vince McMahon had him really stretch that character out. But look, I think it was great that Kevin Owens picked up the victory tonight. Finally, somebody that beat him. And Damian Priest finally has probably an actual number one contender for the United States Championship. And we can get past these pretending open challenges where he just has a random United States Championship matchup, and it's for no reason at all. Oh, well, we're going to face the Dirty Dogs over the next few weeks. We're going to face this guy. We're going to face that guy. Finally, Damian Priest has lost the matchup. And I'm not saying I'm in favor of champions losing every week, but, eventually, they have to come fight from behind and have a challenger that looks like he is coming after that title. So it is good for the champion to lose ever once in a while. Or you know what? Even if they don't lose, have a story where they're getting beat up backstage. Okay? They don't have to have, and this is one thing I noticed, okay, even though it was a story that I really could care less about, Nikki ASH or Mrs. Hamburglar, Nikki Cross, and Rhea Ripley, they split up last week, and automatically we have a matchup this week. WWE, instead of automatically giving us the matchup, in which the match really didn't start, but instead of automatically teasing it and the tag champs coming out, and they come out and they give us the promo, which causes Nikki ASH to attack Rhea Ripley and all this crap. Listen, why don't you have a backstage area, a confrontation where they're beating each other up backstage and things of that nature, leading up to a matchup later on down the road, or even at the pay-per-view during a pre-show or something, okay? Why does it always have to be the week after the breakup? Why does it always have to be that way on Monday Night Raw or SmackDown these days? Why can't we have an actual story like we used to? It's not all about the match. It's not. This is professional wrestling. Fans care about the story. But anyway, and another thing. And after this, I'm getting out of here because nothing else really happened on Raw outside of the Alexa Bliss segment, which apparently she loved Lily. Because all the questions I was asked, she answered with Lily. But the Miz, Maurice, and the Edge and Beth Phoenix segment, listen. When they were talking and they said that nobody wants that match to be canceled and wants the rival to end and all that stuff, I think at least part of you out there would agree with me when I say this. We all want Edge to get into something much more important than a mixed tag team encounter with Edge and Beth Phoenix taking on The Miz and Maurice. Maybe Edge taking on AJ Styles. Sounds like a pretty good WrestleMania matchup to me. That would be a good Mania matchup to me. Build that rivalry up. Build it up. That feud sounds awesome to me. Get him away from this Miz and Maurice stuff after the Royal Rumble. One more week of it, wrestling fans. One more week of it, WWE. And give him something more important to do. That's just the way I'm looking at it, guys. Y'all let me know what you're thinking about everything in the comments below. Don't forget to become a subscriber today. Hit that subscribe button and hit that bell for all notifications. Follow me on Facebook at Wrestling1988. It is appreciated. Go back and check out anything you missed. Any previews, predictions, anything. Reviews galore. All different types of stuff on the channel each and every week. Go and check it out. Backyard Beatdowns Season 1, 2, and Season 3 has kind of started. Stuff leading up to the actual matches has started. The matches themselves will start in April. So stay tuned, wrestling fans, for all that kind of good stuff that's coming up. But guys, until I see you again, this is Webby, and I'll catch each and every one of you on the other side. Talk to you later.